welcome to Bariatrics and Tips, Bariatrics and Tips. I did say it right. I am so goofy today, probably because I'm sleep deprived. But welcome to our Sunday Facebook Live recipe demonstration where I am going to show you how to live large, cook small, and find flavor in absolutely everything that you do. I have so much to show to you today. Last week, since I actually cooked on camera, a lot of you actually wrote back to me and told me how much you enjoyed it, so I'm doing it again. I know you guys know how to cook, and I know you know how to find your way in the kitchen. Maybe some more than others, but this way I get to show you everything that I love doing, and hopefully that trickles over to you too, okay? I hope you enjoyed today's show. We've got a good one, a simple one. It may look a little intricate because I've got two recipes going, one here, but you're gonna find that it's super easy. Most everything that is required in these two recipes today are things that you should have in your bariatric arsenal anyway. So I look forward to this every week. It allows me to meal plan and allows me to get creative. Because, you know, one thing we all have in common is that we have all had weight loss surgery or we're gearing up to have weight loss surgery. And if neither of those fit your scenario and maybe you're just striving for overall wellness or you're trying to live life with diabetes, whatever it is, you are in the right place because food is a huge part of our lives, whether we like it or not. And we have to learn how to coexist with it because we need it to live. It's just that simple. But the main thing is you need to utilize your own best practices, remove the word deprived from your vocabulary because there's no reason at all you should ever have to walk the face of this earth feeling like you cannot have this or that. That is not the way life is meant to be lived. And if you're anything like me, who is a type A, self-proclaimed control freak, when you lose control, you want it all the more. I don't know any 5-year-old, 15-year-old, or 50-year-old that if someone said you can't have this, they would want it more. That's kind of my credo. So I have learned to embrace my bariatric lifestyle, work around challenges, and find flavor in everything that you do. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, Michelle is my name. I had gastric bypass surgery April 22nd, 2015. I am down 130 pounds. I waver here and there by a couple pounds at any given moment in time, but overall I've kept off all the weight. I refer to that as my rebirth day. It's a day that I celebrate with my whole heart and soul because it was the day I took my life back. It was the day I decided that I was going to make permanent lifestyle changes, and I'm here to tell you that no process is perfect. I trust the process. It wasn't perfect. There was the good, the bad, the ugly, and the really ugly. But do I have regrets? I have none. Everything, at least in my eyes, happens for a reason. I really embrace the process. I'm not perfect. I make my share of mistakes, but I do have insight. These kind of processes, the tool of bariatric surgery, but the brain retrain of my own noggin has really allowed me to be able to isolate bad behaviors before they spiral out of control. So I'm very confident in my day-to-day life. There are times where I crave sweets, there are times where I crave carbs, but I know the workarounds and I know what makes me successful. And I hope that you have those tools or you're developing those too. And if you need ideas, you are in the right place because Bariatrics and Tips is here to help you find ways to have fun cooking, have fun shopping, and all that good stuff. You know, it's fun to be in the kitchen. It is very empowering for me. It is fun being in the kitchen. It's an adventure. It's my own journey. The kitchen is a main attraction. The grocery store is a main attraction. And it's empowering to know that I am capable of making a dish that I've either never made before or something that my family loves over and over. It's very empowering to know that I can do that. So that is my wish for you. I've dedicated myself and Bariatrics and Tips to sharing this wisdom and learning as we go. Just because I make all the posts on Bariatrics and Tips doesn't mean you can't too. I want to know what's working for you, and I want to see your recipes and your food pictures and your motivational insight. You guys are part of our bariatric community, so please, I implore you, go to our public Facebook page, like and follow Bariatrics and Tips, and post your stuff. Let's see what you got, okay? It is all worth the time and the effort. I know I'm worth it, and I know that you are too, okay? So there's a couple things that I want to do. Because I'm going to do a recipe and a cooking demonstration today, I'm going to be using the air fryer, and the protein packed chicken nuggets require 10 minutes in the air fryer. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to move over to the Sunday Spotlight, and then we're going to finish up with our honey mustard sauce or dip, okay? And that way we can still spend our time together and really utilize these minutes so I can show you exactly how they come out of the air fryer, okay? So we're going to do that. We're going to start off with our protein packed chicken nuggets. This is a great recipe. Even if you're not a bariatric patient or if you're following keto, this is a very keto-friendly recipe. There is no breading of any sort in my protein-packed chicken nuggets. It requires 1, 2, 3, 4 simple ingredients, and I'm going to show you all of them today. It requires shredded mozzarella cheese, a large can of chunked chicken breast, and if you don't have canned chicken breast, you can certainly use fresh chicken breast. That's fine too. This was just easier. I actually bought it at Sam's Club. It comes in a 6-pack, and it's only like, it's less than 10 bucks, so it's a heck of a deal, okay? An egg. This happens to be a farm fresh egg from my friend Jenny. So Jenny, if you're watching, your egg made it onto TV. And then of course we're gonna use salt and pepper to taste. And then my friend Gene Pro. Gene Pro, if I can weasel a scoop into anything of my dishes, I do it because it's a low calorie, protein packed no-brainer. So really what I'm gonna do, everything is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to take my canned chicken and dump it on in, and you wanna make sure you strain it. The juice was taken out of it and consumed by my dog Lego earlier. He lives for that chicken juice, so weird. But like I opened up the can and I left the can on the counter, and I went and I did something. I was putting groceries away or something like that. And that dog is sitting on the floor just like whining and whining. And he keeps circling around and around. And finally I realized he was waiting for the chicken juice. So I gave it to him, all right? So I'll put that away. Then we're gonna add 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. And then we are going to crack an egg. Hopefully I can do this very well on camera because sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they don't. Okay, this one turned out good. Yay. All right, but I am gonna quickly rinse my hands because that was kind of messy-tessy. And then 1 scoop of Gene Pro. If you haven't started using Gene Pro yet, consider keeping it in your arsenal. Like I said, 1 scoop delivers 56 calories and 30 grams of protein. So sometimes I make it into like a slurry syrup, and actually for the next recipe you can see I use slurry syrup. Let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. This is the Gene Pro that just came out of the container, and then this is the slurry. And all I did was combine it just the way that I would with cornstarch if you're making a cornstarch slurry. And then I swished it around like this until it became this fine syrup. And that's all I did. It was that simple. I've like to think that I have mastered that process because like I said, I use it for everything. So I'm just gonna sprinkle the Gene Pro in there. And I like to cook and clean at the same time, so I'm gonna put this away. Now I don't have to worry about it. And you know what? I've tried this recipe a lot using a whisk, using a food processor, but you know what? The dingle hopper, the fork, is what works best. So I am going to just mix it on up. You guys got the dingle hopper thing, right? Hopefully you understood that, or I don't look like a complete but what I'm doing is I'm taking the back of the fork and I'm pressing down against the chicken so that chunk chicken is getting you know, mushed in and it's all becoming one. And it's working really nice. It looks real eggy, which is good. The egg is going to be what holds it together. And I'll come over to the camera and I will show you this. The other thing that you want to make sure you get ready, and my friend Liz and I have talked about this in depth. Liz, if you're watching, this is about the whole parchment paper thing. I just recently discovered that you can use parchment paper in the air fryer, which is good. It's not like a fire hazard or anything, but I always was under the impression that you shouldn't use it because the whole purpose of the air fryer was to circulate that air, and if you have something underneath it, it wouldn't necessarily be. But it's all good because I read all about it. They actually sell parchment paper sheets in like air fryer sized containers. And I ordered some. I have not gotten it yet. But for today and for all intended purposes, I did go ahead and I cut my parchment paper down to size. So I will show you that here shortly. I'm going to come around and show you my concoction. It looks pretty well mixed. See? That's just 4 ingredients. Mary, you are gonna make these tonight. I bet you, because you're gonna see these and they are gonna be flimmin' flammin' amazing. All right? So this is just a great recipe. Now, the really good thing about this recipe is this is a really good base recipe. You can go ahead and get creative. I've got some pizza seasoning that I absolutely adore. So you could even sprinkle that and make like a pizza flavored chicken nugget, or barbecue or Cajun, lemon pepper. I mean, whatever you want. The sky's really the limit. It's just really nice to know that you can take the same 4 ingredients and then add whatever flavor palette you want to it, and you can have something different every day. And the kids are gonna love it too. So you ordered the parchment paper, Liz, good. You know, it was supposed to come, I thought it was supposed to come Saturday, and I was so busy yesterday with marching band stuff for my daughter. We had a fundraiser that I didn't get to check the status of the order, but I'm gonna check it. So, all right, so this is all ready for the air fryer. I'm just gonna season lightly with salt and pepper because I love salt and pepper. It's so simple, but it makes everything better. All right, and then I am going to rinse my hands off. So now what I want to show you is the air fryer stuff. This is the piece of parchment paper I cut out for the air fryer. You can see mine has a basket. It comes out. So ideally you want to be able to circulate the air, but it worked. I mean, I already made these several times using the parchment paper, and it works fantastic. So the parchment paper is just laying down there like a little bed. And then I got my concoction. You want to make sure that you're only putting them in the air fryer next to each other. You want to give them a good amount of space. And then what I do is I take it a step further and I use a kitchen scoop so that way I can portion them out really well. So that is what I'm going to do. It's not going to look like a McDonald's chicken nugget, but it is going to be so delicious. You are going to love it. So I've got that little ball, and I just keep it into a little ball, and then I mash it down just a little bit so it looks like a little nugget, okay? And I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to do a couple of them. I don't want to spend all of our time making little chicken balls, but we'll get them done. And you can go through, again, I'm trying to think of what other flavors you could make. It's just, there's so many possibilities. I would totally do like a taco flavor. I would totally do a pizza flavor. That was the first thing that I thought of. What else could you do? Ooh, Liz, we could do a Greek one. That would be amazing. Oh my gosh, the Greek one, Opa, that would be fantastic. With feta. instead of mozzarella maybe, or maybe a little bit of feta, because everything's better with feta, and some mozzarella. I don't know, but my love for cheese is non-discriminatory. So there you go. All right, so I've got like 6 chicken balls in here, chicken nuggets, and they look pretty protein packed. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze one more mini nugget in there. And I bet you my dog Lego fights me for that. All right, so let me quickly rinse my hands, if you would be so kind as to indulge me with that. And then we're gonna put them in the air fryer. We're gonna put them at 390 for 10 minutes. And you will see the yummy goodness. I do have a finished product here just in the event that we didn't have time, but I'm gonna put it in right now. 390 for 10 minutes. Does everybody have an air fryer? Because if you don't have an air fryer, you can bake these bad boys. It's no problem. I just wanted you to know, okay? So while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Sunday Spotlight. I don't have a particular person to feature, but I received 2 messages over the course of the last week about water. And hold on, did we lose you? What happened? Oh, hopefully, do you still see me? Can everyone see me? Mary says that we were not around, but it doesn't look like I lost anything. Mary, are you there? Hello? Say something. Liz, are you there? Type. Oh, it's just you? Well, no big deal. Okay. So anyways, the Sunday Spotlight, I had 2 messages over the course of the week. 2 different people asked me questions about water. And so I wanted to address water in our Sunday Spotlight today because I didn't have someone to feature for weight loss or journey success. So the 2 questions that I had about water: how do I get in my water, and how do I make it taste good? 2 of my very favorite questions, because I ride waves with water. Pun totally not intended. I do. There are times where I can't get enough of it, and there are times where I don't even want to have to deal with it. And I know I can do things like Crystal Light or protein water. I've actually bought several kinds of protein water on Amazon, and I've been very disenchanted with just about all of them. It just doesn't do it for me. But I found something that I absolutely love, so I wanted to share it with you. The first thing is, how do you get your water in? When you're a bariatric patient, you're supposed to be sipping your water, and right after surgery, you're told to drink it like it's your job. And I've been there, and I've done that. I have been employed by water, let me tell you. And it's hard, and sometimes just a hint of sweetness makes it better. There's a few things that I do that have become best practices for me, but in order to actually get the water in, notwithstanding the taste of the water, sometimes I'll play little drinking games with myself. I told the girls on our support group this last week, make it into a drinking game. You don't have to, we're not talking vodka and rum, we're talking about water, but like every time I would get up to go to the bathroom, I would drink 3 sips, or every time I went to the kitchen, I would drink, or if I thought that I was hungry, I would drink water first and then wait 20 minutes to see if I was still hungry, because a lot of times hunger is mistaken for hydration, for thirst. So it's always a really good practice. So that's kind of what works for me. I just like to make sure that it's always accessible. I'm the kind of person that I love iced water. It has to be super, super cold. So a room temperature glass of water isn't going to do much for me, and it's not going to be very attractive. But if you dress things up with a nice glass or a really cool water bottle, that might help you along too. There's 2 things that I love to do with my water, and I'm going to show you both of them, but I'm going to have to come over to the, you gotta have ice. What? Hold on, let me come closer. What did you say, Mary? Yeah, gotta have your ice. Yes, so I have to have my ice too. And I actually have a glass of water right here, and you can see it's kind of colored. I'm going to stir it. I'm going to give it a stir. This has one of my cold infusing tea bags in it, and these are great. Here's the tea bag. I'll show you the package. I'm stirring it just because I haven't done it yet. It is so amazing. This is peach and passion fruit, and it's called Cold Infused. It's by Twinnings, which is a pretty, I just heard something, that was weird. It's a pretty well-known brand. They come in a million different flavors. There's like an apple blueberry and a ginger lemon. There's a watermelon, a strawberry. I think there's a kiwi. I think they sell them on Amazon. Locally, I can only find them at Walmart. So they're not super expensive when you break it down per bag. There's 12 that come in a bag, and they just look like little tea bags. They've got like a little mesh bag. And all you do is plop it into a glass of cold water and let it steep for 5 minutes. If you have it in your water bottle, just shake up your water bottle or do like what I did and stir it. And it's a very refreshing, not that fake sweet that you can relate to with like protein waters and stuff. So there's no protein content in it, but it's super, super yummy, and it's a way for you to get your water in. And oh, look at my it's my friend's reference for the day. It is so delicious and so refreshing. I am gonna drink the whole thing. I mean, not right here on camera, but I am. So lots of different flavors. Look for it. It's a really, really good find. So I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to get your water in and how to make it taste good. The other thing that I do is sometimes I'll turn to my essential oils, and I'll come back around. I love essential oils. I like them for baths. I like them for lotions. And most of them can be ingested too. So this is tangerine, and all I do is take a splash of, or 1 drop of it, and put it in my water, and you've got a tangerine smelling, flavoring glass of water too. Kind of the same concept as the tea bags that I just showed you, okay? So there's that. I hope that answers the questions surrounding water, okay? If you have any questions about how to get in your water, you can post questions to our Facebook page too. Want to ask our community, how do you get your water in? What tastes good to you? The sky's the limit. Use our Facebook page to get those questions answered and to celebrate your successes and to post your own creations too, because we are all here for each other, all right? We're gonna head into our healthy honey mustard dressing. I make honey mustard in a couple different ways. I use the full Monty when I'm making it for my son and my husband, and that's basically equal parts of mustard, mayonnaise, and honey. So of course those are the three ingredients that I use, and that's pretty fattening. So I've developed another honey mustard recipe that I'm going to show you, a little bit different than the one I posted the other day. This one is Greek yogurt based. There's no mustard in it. It is supposed to be tangy. It's supposed to have a nice zip to it. So if it's something that when you make it, it's too zippy for you, all you have to do is tame it down with a little bit more honey, okay? And remember, as far as like calories and protein, I did not concoct this because this isn't something you're going to consume all of. You're going to dip your nugget in and be done with it, okay? So looks like there's 2 minutes left on the air fryer. I just want to check on them. They are looking good. They're looking really good. I'm going to put it back on, and I'm actually going to put another minute because we're still going to talk. So I'm going to put this in the jar that I'm going to use it in. There's just a couple of simple ingredients, and we'll go down the line as we go. I'm going to do a half a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, okay? And I'm going to put that in here. I like to make sure I get every last drop because I love Greek yogurt so much. All right, and then the next thing is 3 tablespoons of olive oil. The fat in the olive oil is going to help keep everything blended. And remember, this is the good kind of fat, and I'm not going to worry about calories and fat in a dip that I'm going to use it just to enhance the flavor of what I'm eating it with, okay? Now, my recipe calls for a 1/4 cup Dijon mustard. It's my best practice. I like to use 2 different kinds of mustard. So I use predominantly Dijon mustard, but then I subsidized with regular yellow mustard too. I feel like it delivers more flavor that way. Plus I really love mustard. Mustard is one of those foods that as a kid, even as a teenager, I hated mustard. You would have never seen me eat anything with mustard. And somehow during my adultness, I decided that I liked it. And there you go. Then I use my Gene Pro Slurry. Remember I showed you that at the beginning. Just to give it a little bit of protein content. And then I used 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And then I used a clove of minced garlic, and this might be a little bit more than a clove, but I don't know. I'm a garlic kind of girl. And then some sea salt, which I've got right here, just a shaker. And then it says 10 twists, and it's because I did 10 twists of my pepper shaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shakes of the pepper. Okay, now here's where it's going to get fun, because I am going to use my immersion blender, and I have a very love-hate relationship with this immersion blender. So the fact that I'm doing this on a live broadcast is pretty intimidating. Okay, but I know with mine it delivers a lot of power, and so not only am I going to adjust the speed, I need to hold this too. Okay, so here we go. Let's hope for the best. All right, it's working. Yay! I think I finally learned. What did you say, Liz? Be careful. Thank you. I've been burned by you before, Mr. Immersion Blender. Hold on 1 second. We're almost done. It's looking really, really good. All right. I did it. Now, before I do anything else, because I have been hurt by my immersion blender before, I am unplugging it. And now I'm safe, and now it's a success story. Woohoo! All right, so I do want to take my spatula, and I just like to get the sides of it done like that. But see, now I have it in a jar that I can keep in the refrigerator, and I am going to taste it. It is delicious. It is so good. It's got the sweetness of the honey, but not too much honey. Oh no! Oh my gosh! I totally didn't put the honey in. But it's already got a sweetness. It calls for 3 to 4 tablespoons of honey. I cannot believe it. No one told me that I forgot the honey. Hang on. We're going back in. There, I think I got enough honey in it. Okay, I'm plugging back the immersion blender. Heaven help me. I'm rinsing off the immersion blender. See, I should have. I didn't measure it out. Okay, we're going back in. Wish me luck. All right. I'm just going to give it a quick blend and get that honey in there. All right. And now we're done again. And no time is complete with me in the kitchen without making a colossal mess. So this was no exception. You just got to see it today instead of hear about it. All right, so now we've got our honey mustard, which I'm gonna taste again, and then I can tell you, now I can totally taste the honey, and it's even better than it was before. Before it was just blank mustard, and now it's honey mustard. All right, so I've got my honey mustard sauce, and now I've got, my chicken. Oh, and the dog's coming now too. Because the dog knows. Yes, they're hot, and I'm still touching them with my fingers. So I may not be able to pick them up, but I can at least show them to you. Okay? So let's come around and let me show you my protein-packed chicken nuggets. Ooh, ah. All right, here's the baby nugget. So you can see the bottom. So like they are kind of puffy because I made them into balls. I haven't found a shape that I'm completely in complete adoration with, whether it's like a ball or a nugget form, but let me tell you, they taste amazing. So let me demonstrate. Now they are hot, but I'm gonna dip them in my honey mustard. And I'm gonna burn my mouth. You guys, we just made chicken nuggets with honey mustard that are so delicious, I can't even believe it. I'm so stoked about this recipe. You wanna see the inside of the chicken nugget? You'll be able to see. It's nice but there's no breading in it. It's the egg that helped it along, and it's so delicious, and I'm so proud of it, and I really, really hope that you try it. And if you do, post a picture, tell us all about it. Please utilize our Facebook page for your posts too. I really want to implore you to really make this interactive so we can all celebrate each other and share what everybody has to offer, not just what I have made and what I have posted, okay? It's real important that we do that. So there we go. That is our homemade chicken nuggets. I forgot to put the nutrition facts on my little recipe page, but on the recipe that you're gonna get at 3 o'clock on our Facebook page, you will have the nutrition content. It's really, really, really super good and super protein packed. So I hope you like it. I mean, even a little protein in the honey mustard sauce, which you could use for a turkey sandwich, a salad. There's so many different ways that you can use this honey mustard dressing / sauce. So hopefully you're empowered and you see all that it has to offer you. I want you to remember that Bariatrics and Tips is on all social media. So you've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube, my YouTube channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to it. All of these recipe demonstrations are on that YouTube channel, including how to make the Gene Pro slurry. So there you go. Let's talk about the upcoming list of events. The next 2 weeks are going to be devoted to 2 of my most favorite Asian recipes. Next week, I've got it called Pho, meaning false, F-A-U-X, Pho, P-H-O. So I'm going to show you how to make this Asian-inspired soup that has tons of fresh julienne vegetables and delivers a lot of savoriness and a comfort that you only get with soup, but you get such nutritional benefits too. So the good thing about Pho is that you can actually use whatever you have in your house, or you can buy specifically based on what you want. That's next week on the 26th. And then the following week on October 3rd, we're gonna do sushi and poke bowls, because I have gone through this sushi phase with my 2 friends, Jackie and Liz, and we can't seem to get enough sushi these days. And I've got a lot of tricks and tips slides to show you on our Facebook page, and lots of recipes to share, and it's just a whole lot of yummy goodness, okay? October 10th, we're gonna do chicken caprese. Did I say that right? I say it differently every time. And then October 17th, Asian chicken lettuce wraps. So there we go. October 24th, spaghetti squash pizza cups. October 31st, jalapeno cheese fritters. Oh yes, please. November 7th, pumpkin ricotta protein pie, just in time for Thanksgiving and the holidays. November 14th, spinach frittata, a really great breakfast type recipe that you could make for when the family's all together, or you can hoard it just for yourself. So I'm all for that. And then I still have to get some other stuff scheduled for us for the end of the year, but that's what we've got for now. If you want to be part of the Sunday Spotlight and celebrate your journey, please send me a message with your bio and a before and current picture, and let's get you celebrated. You get a free Bariatrics and Tips magnet just for coming along for the ride, okay? So that's what I got for you. Hopefully you have loved what you saw today. As soon as we get off camera, there's not gonna be many chicken nuggets left because I deliberately wait to have lunch until I'm done with this broadcast. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you had as good of a time as I did. I will see you next week, and I will see you on Facebook. Please join me there. Tell everyone you know, share our page, spread the joy, and have yourself a fantastic weekend, okay? You take care. Bye.